Hey, guys. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, no matter when you may be catching this particular broadcast. Altovise Pelzer, your voice manager. I am super excited. Let's see. Let's see if it's doing what it's supposed to be doing. Y'all know social media be doing its own thing. Technology be doing its own thing. Yesterday, my ring light wasn't working, y'all. It was bananas. Bananas. And I don't even see me live on the page. Oh, wait, there I am. There I am. Good morning, Joanna, Texas. Okay, so this is this has been an interesting scenario to say the least over the last couple of days. So I will start by saying um last week I got my follow-up and it wasn't the best results, but um, I'm happy because my doctor is very adamant about right. They always update and stuff. Um, I'm happy because my doctor is adamant about us figuring out what is going on and not getting, all flustered and frustrated by it, but, being a part of the process. Which is interesting because it goes into what I'm talking about this morning when it comes to taking the time to encourage yourself. And so for me, last week I had to stop. And I was telling this to my clients who are a part of my accountability call over the weekend. Good morning, Sharudy. Good morning. Um, I was telling it to my clients who are a part of the accountability call that I do on the weekends. And I said, we're in a season where normally it would be okay to, well, not even okay. The normal reaction uh, when something happens is to allow ourselves to get frustrated and kind of out of sorts. And then we can't really handle it. And all of these, we get triggered. And it was an interesting scenario because what triggered me was not something that I've had to deal with in a long time. So the fact that it triggered me made me, have to stop anyway and really get my mind back in order. And so I have some more testing to get done. I'm not very enthused about that at all. And then not only more testing to get done, I have more blood work that has to get done, all of these things to try to figure out what's going on. So I said, okay, well, it triggered me. So um, anybody who's ever been triggered by something, that, and I was explaining this to my clients it was so funny. I explained this whole thing to my clients over the weekend, and immediately one of my clients after the call, um, she had a moment and she immediately implemented exactly what I said to implement. And she was able to get past it. And so she went live and shared a video in our group on the app. And she was just like, "Oh my goodness, coach, you were so on it." She said, because that would have literally distracted me from my purpose and what I'm supposed to be doing. And a lot of times when we are triggered, that is what it does. It distracts us from our purpose. It distracts us from what it is that we're supposed to be doing, that God told us to do, right? And so for some of us, it's um it's something simple like not being able to find something. For others, it may be a trigger that is literally something that's taking you back to abuse or something that you went through in your life. And it's a trick of the enemy because it wants us to it's something to get us distracted and to not trust God. Here's why I said that you need to encourage yourself is that many times we forget that God is in control. We do. We forget that God can handle anything. And so what happens is when we get triggered, we're trying to handle it on our own. And in trying to handle it on our own, we're frustrated in a ball somewhere, or we can't focus, or we can't do what it is we need to do. So last week, I had to encourage myself. So you guys didn't see me for Wednesday I had a training to do, so I couldn't come live Wednesday. I did the training for the Eric Thomas community, their accountability community on Wednesday. So Thursday was my appointment, and Friday I took time to encourage myself. And here's where it's different now than what it was before. Before, I thought encouraging myself was the affirmations. That's part of it, but hear me out. I thought encouraging myself was the affirmations. Good morning, Jerry. Jerry, I hope you were able to watch the replay from Saturday. Oh, it was so good. Um, I'm able to. Okay, so most times when we think of encouraging ourselves, we think of affirmations, we think of you know literally saying things to yourself in the mirror, we think of writing ourselves notes, writing a letter, we think of some of the things like that, but we never look at um, encouraging ourselves as getting back to the conversations we have with God. That part. We never look at it as the conversations going back to those conversations and spending that time with God and sitting in his presence. And so something I said to them was, when I realized what it was that was triggering me, I had to literally stop everything, and I went for a walk and I talked to God. And so for me, a big piece of it is, oh my goodness, for me, God has always showed me that everything will be okay when I see butterflies. And so I'm outside and I'm like, God, I don't see any butterflies. Like I don't know why this is like pulling on me so much. God, I don't see any butterflies. I need to see some butterflies. And so I went ahead and I walked to an area that's like an open field, and there's this bird, and this bird is loud, y'all. I mean, this bird is loud, y'all. And so I'm like, okay, I don't know what is going on with this bird. Let me go over to that area and see, if maybe that's where I'm supposed to be standing. It was so funny because I go over, the bird flies off. So I'm like, well, that's rude. I came over here and you just gonna leave. But I go ahead and I'm walking around, and I finally see this butterfly land on a bush, y'all. Good morning, Carolyn. I finally see this butterfly land on a bush, and y'all may want to share this out because somebody may need this encouragement this morning. I see a butterfly on a bush, and I just smile and I just thank God. Um, and it was a beautiful butterfly. It's black and like almost like a black and gold, and it was so crazy because I went and I was like, all right, I have to take a picture of this so that way I can, when I talk to my accountability membership, they can hear it and see the picture. I take the picture, I look at the picture afterwards, and I cannot see the butterfly, y'all. Like I'm looking all through the bushes of the picture, and I'm like, yo, where is the butterfly? What is this? I'm gonna post it in the comments. Wait a minute. Let me see if I can, because I know, oh no, I can't post a picture while I'm live. That's rude. That's rude. I wish I could. I'll post it after the live stream is done. But oh my goodness. So I'm like, I'm posting it. I'm doing all this stuff. And I'm laughing because my clients are like, well, maybe it was just for you to see. Like, that was the conversation we had. Like, maybe it was just for you to see, coach. That's okay. And I'm like, no, I really did see this butterfly, y'all. So, literally, as I was talking to them and giving them what God gave me, downloaded for me for them, I looked at the phone and I zoomed out, and exactly where I zoomed out was I saw the butterfly. And so I shared the picture, and I put a heart around the butterfly, because again, that was always my thing of God letting me know that things were going to be okay. But here's the thing, I had to stop everything I was listening to, everything I was doing. I had to get into another place, and I had to walk. And sometimes encouraging ourselves means going back and talking to God. It means going back and reminding God of the promises that He gave you. It means going back and reminding God of what He said to you in the Word. And so here's the thing, most times when people get triggered, they become mute because we don't want to be transparent about what we're going through. We're scared of what people are going to think about us. We're scared how they're going to judge us. We're scared what's going to be the reaction from potential clients. We're scared of what is going to be the reaction from a potential platform. But I can tell you this right now, and I don't care who hears it. If God ain't in it, I ain't there. That part. If God ain't in it, I'm not there. And so, in order to have what it is that God said He would give us and to stay focused, we got to get back to having those conversations with God, right? Look, Johanna said, listen, amen. We got to get back to having those conversations with God. We got to get back to taking that walk with God and taking that time with God. Here's the thing. Some of us, we're so distracted. So we're not encouraging ourselves because we're trying to juggle 9, 10 things at once. We're distracted. So we're not going and taking a walk and just spending some time looking at the beauty that is nature, what God has created. We're not taking that time to go ahead and remove ourselves from technology, remove ourselves from any of the negative things that are going on we're not taking that time. And the thing about it is encouraging yourself takes time. I need y'all to put that down below. I need you to write it on the index card. Remind yourself, encouraging yourself takes time. The reality is that saying a cute affirmation is great, but some of you have thought that that is all it takes. And so you forgot that it takes time. And so you'll say the affirmation and then think everything is good after that. See, for me, when it came to encouraging myself, it took time. I shut down everything. I wasn't on any social media. I went ahead and I went for that walk. And then even when I did not see what it is that I asked God for, I went searching for it. Here's the thing. When it comes to encouraging yourself, will you search for the encouragement you need? Come on. When it comes to encouraging yourself, will you search for the encouragement you need? Will you search for that perfect scripture? Will you go ahead and seek God out? Will you seek His face? Will you wrestle with God to get what you need? Will you wrestle with God to get what you need? I get it. It's easy to say, yeah, I would go ahead and wrestle with God. It's easy to say, yeah, I would go ahead and I would give that fight. I would do that. It's easy to say it. And we've been saying it for quite some time. But the reality is now it's time for us to show and prove. Now it's time for us to do. We are literally in the last quarter, basically, of 2021. If you look back at 2021, have you accomplished anything? Because see, this is what the enemy does, is the enemy will use our procrastination to hinder us and shackle us. The enemy will use the failures to make us shameful. The enemy will use the missed opportunities to make us think that we'll never get another opportunity. My God is a God that can create opportunities. He can rain down manna from heaven. So why don't you think that He can create whatever opportunity that you need? He healed sick, raised dead, healed the blind. Why don't you think he can create an opportunity if you missed one? Come on. Why don't you think that he can create an opportunity if you miss one? Oh, I get it. It's because if I go back to relying just on God, then I can't say that, I'm not listening to the gurus all the time. That's why I was so thankful that I said, God, send me faith-based people that I can connect with when it comes to business. I don't want to be connected to anybody that's not faith-based when it comes to business. And I know some people are like, well, you can learn anything from anybody. I get that. But in this season, I want to make sure that I am keeping my spirit man up as well as working on the business. And I can't deal with somebody who wants to teach me business and then they want to cuss at me or they want to drink or they want to do, I can't deal with none of that right now. I need to make sure that I am staying connected to the ones that are going to give me the motivation I need, the encouragement, but I need people that are standing on a firm foundation of biblical principles. And so when I understood that, it changed things. So last week, I shut everything down and I went back to encouraging myself. Here's the thing. If we look at 1 Samuel 30:6, says David strengthened himself with trust in his God. I'm going to say it again. David strengthened himself with trust in his God. I need you to put your name in there. I need you to put your name in there. Good morning, Sharonda. Come on. Come on. I need you to put your name in there. Alta V strengthened herself with trust in my God. I need you to put your name in there. It don't matter who else is in the comments. It don't matter what else you try. It don't matter if you at work right now. I need you to put your name in it. Alta V strengthened herself with trust in my God, in her God. I need you to say it with your name. Johanna strengthened herself with trust in her God. Sharonda strengthened herself with trust in her God. Trudy strengthened herself with trust in her God. I need you to stop thinking that the affirmations are going to be good enough. They help, but we need something a little stronger. Come on. Exactly. We can't even be in those type of environments anymore where they want to straddle the fence. We can't do that. And so my clients, I said to them, this is what you need to do. Here's where this come in. I said, this is what you need to do. You need to stop exactly where you are and you need to talk to God. Say, we need to ask God, what is my next move? What is my next step? Where should I go? What should I do? Can I tell you something? So I go ahead, I stop, I talk to God, and because of the report that I got, good morning, Deborah. Because of the report that I got from the doctor, I have an event that that I'm speaking at next week. And I was like, okay, guys, so should I cancel? Should I just do the virtual option and not go in? God, what is going on? Like, what is going on? And I said, well, I'm going to just call her and I'll just go ahead and do the virtual option. Here's the thing. When you go ahead and talk to God, God will answer. When you talk to God, God will answer. Good morning, Jacinda. God will answer. And so I talked to him when I did that walk. And I did the walk Friday morning. I went about my day. I went through, I went live on Amazon. I did all of these different things. And then I had a meeting and I was late to the meeting. It was for the conference for next week. I was late to the meeting. Come on. I go ahead, I go to the meeting, and in the meeting, one of the women starts speaking and legit answers exactly what I was saying to God. Says it full on. Somebody was going to call Gloria and switch from in person to virtual. Exact words, y'all. Exact words. And I'm just sitting there going, God will answer. And I'm just sitting there. And she said, no, you're supposed to be in the building. Mind you, which is confirmation, because just a few weeks ago, I had someone who is an amazing man of God. I follow him, who is on the platform as well. And he literally, without knowing all that I'm doing, without knowing anything that's going on in my life, was just like, no, people need to see your face. And I'm thinking, okay, that's, live streaming. Okay, I got a live stream. Because at the time I was thinking about just doing audio on Facebook. I know I love y'all, but I was thinking, okay, let me just do audio because, the algorithm, all that is janky anyway. But he was like, no, I don't know what it is that's going on, but God is saying that the people need to, your voice is powerful and will help women, but they need to hear you and see you. And so I was like, okay, bet. Boom. So I'm live streaming. But here it is, I'm at this conference. Again, another time where God answered me without him knowing. That's why I said I need to be around people that are that are biblically sound, that hear from God. And so I go ahead and I'm like, all right. I said, okay, God, you right. So however you gonna do this, God, we gonna get there. We gonna be there. Okay. On top of that, here's the kicker. Now, mind you, I got to the meeting late because I was live streaming. I got to the meeting late. When I came in, I introduced myself. I came off, I came off camera. I came on, off mute, and I introduced myself. And then I, came back on because she had asked, the organizer of the event had asked me to introduce myself. So after all of that, and she spoke this word, then she calls me out specifically and says, "Woman of God, I don't know." She said, "Your platform is about to be huge." Here's the thing. The word of God tells us that if we draw closer to God, he will draw closer unto us. When we think about David, David was not a perfect man, but he was a man after God's own heart. There's a reason. He knew how to draw closer to God so God could draw closer to him. He knew how to have people around him that heard from God, that could speak into his life. And I said, wow, God, okay. As we're moving into this new season of whatever you have me doing, this platform that's about to change, he didn't got me changing all of this stuff behind the scenes and doing all this stuff. I'm like, God, whatever you're doing, I thank you in advance. Because there's a fear, right, that comes with the shame of what we've gone through, the shame of missed opportunities, all the shame that we're dealing with. And I started going like a few months back. I started doing a few things. I started doing a forgiveness prayer every day at a certain time. I started doing, I started being a lot more open, like this year, just in general, with what I was going through, just in business, in life. This journey, you guys have been kind of on this journey with me going to the hospital. I mean, I had my regular physical, get my blood work done. I got a call, um, like 2, 3 weeks ago now, and the doctors, my doctor told me I had to get to the ER because I had a low blood count and I needed a blood transfusion. And even though it was a physical blood transfusion, I feel like God put me in a space where I could get a spiritual blood transfusion. And like it was interesting because when I got there, nobody understood. Like even when I went for my follow-up this week with my doctor, and she's like, and I'm like, what happened? And she's like, I'm asking you because she said she when she saw my results, she looked at the nurse and was like, did she say anything about being tired or being in pain? Or she said no. She said, so what happened? How did this get to that point? And it's because a lot of us, we take in little things happen and we just bypass it. Little things happen and we just ignore it. We just count it as a part of the process. We count it as a part of, right? Here's the thing. Some of the pain that you felt, some of the things that you went through, some of the things you endured were not just a part of the process. And you've been living with it. And God said that it's time to get all of that cleared out. It's time for a transfusion. And so when I thought about that, I said, wow, God, to think that there are so many people who are walking around from day to day with things going on in their body that they don't know. Whatever is going on in mine, I still don't know what it is. But we were able to find it, at least. What is that like for women who are walking around with past trauma, walking around, and it's crazy because again, we want to create businesses, we want to write books, we want to tell our story, we want to do all of these amazing things, and God is giving us the opportunity to do so, but we're missing the mark because in the space where we are, we don't have what we need to keep ourselves encouraged because we have not gone back to that point of saying, God, I trust you. Hmm. Listen, Trudy said it. Look, she said, I can't see you, but I can hear you. Y'all know technology be doing this whole thing. The other day when I went live, the whole live stream shut down, y'all. It do what it do. But as long as y'all can hear me, I know. um, listen, come on. Johanna said it, and me and Johanna, we've known each other for maybe about 6 years now, 5, 6 years. People laughed, pointed, shamed us, pushed to the sideline, but the faith Altavis, did only what God could do based on our obedience. Exactly. Exactly. And so so it was so much going on. But again, most people would just roll with the punches. I'm not rolling with the punches anymore. No, God, we gonna figure this out. God, what's going on? And you may get a moment where he may not give you everything in that moment to satisfy your whole mind and with what's going on. But God, I'm at least I'm gonna go back to God. I'm gonna encourage myself. And so for those of you who are just coming in, the scripture is 1 Samuel 36. And I always read it. Well, this one's in the Message. I'm going to read it in the NLT too. But in the Message, it says, David strengthened himself with trust in his God. And so I said that you need to say it to yourself. Say your name, strengthened myself with trust in my God. You need to say that over yourself all day because you need to get back to trusting God. In order for you to see this thing through, you got to get back to trusting God. In order to reach the level that you're supposed to reach, you got to get back to trusting God. And so that's in the Message, which is crazy because I didn't even realize I had it in the Message. I thought that I had it because I normally always have it in the NLT. It says, y'all ready? Y'all ready? So this is the NLT. David was now in great danger because all his men were very bitter about losing their sons and daughters, and they began to talk of stoning him. But David found strength in the Lord his God. Here's the thing. When they're trying to crucify you, when they're trying to bring you down, when everything seems to be falling apart, when things just don't go right, when you miss the opportunity, it says, come on, it says, David was now in great danger. Have you ever felt like you were in great danger? Uh, and even if it wasn't like great, like I'm about to lose my life. Oh my goodness. Like great, it was still, there was moments in our mind we felt like we were in great danger. The danger was real. It wasn't made up. It wasn't something just in our head. It was real. Ever thought you was in great danger? Because all the men were very bitter about losing their sons and daughters, and they began to talk of stoning him. People blocking you, people talking about you. I'm sorry. People stealing from you. Okay. People copying you, people talking down to you, robbing you blind. What which one you want me to fill it in with? Which one you want me to fill it in with? David was now in great danger because all his men were talking about stoning him. But David found strength in the Lord his God. And that is that moment where you encourage yourself and you find strength in God. You encourage yourself. You go back to talking to God. I don't know if y'all hear me this morning. You go back to talking to God. You encourage yourself. You encourage yourself. That part. It says, but your voice, if come on, reason brings true. The enemy has no power over you. Come on, Sharonda. Come on, Johanna. That's right. No rolling with the punches. No faking it until you make it. Come on, come on. We gonna y'all gonna make me. I'm trying not to stand up because y'all on the laptop. And y'all ain't gonna be the seat. Trying not to stand up because y'all gonna make me stand up in this good place right here. So no more rolling with the punches, no faking it until you make it. We showing up and telling the truth. Exactly. Here's the thing. I don't have to do what other people did. And I'm clapping lightly because I'm from Philly and I don't want to scare y'all this morning. So I'm clapping lightly. No more. Faking it till we make it. Okay. Because we don't have to. If you would just encourage yourself and trust in God, you strengthen yourself by trusting in God, going back to God and asking God, what's next? Going back to God and asking God, what do I do? Going back to God and seeking his wisdom. Here's the thing. And this gonna hurt a little bit. This gonna hurt a lot. That means not going back to God and asking him what's next and then ignoring it. That means not going back to God and asking him, God, what are we going to do now? And then when he tells you, you don't like it. So you like, to the left, to the left. You like, I'm good. That's not it. It's not seeking God. And then when he tells you what to do, Jonah, you decide you're going to go in the opposite direction. It says, David found strength in the Lord his God. Come on. David strengthened himself with trust in his God. It's time to get back to strengthening yourself. It's time to encourage yourself and encourage yourself beyond the affirmation. Encourage yourself beyond the pretty plaques and the pretty all of it. Encourage yourself beyond all of that. It's time for you to get back and trust in God. So that means, and I'll tell you the same way that I told them, stop in that moment, completely stop. Go for a walk. Talk to God. Ask him questions. He said he will withhold no good thing from you. So because other people have let you down, you're scared to rely on God. Because other people have made you mistrust them, your mistrust is being projected to God, and it doesn't need to be. So go ahead. Stop what you're doing. Go for a walk and talk to God. Come on. Come on. Trudy said it. Don't be Jonah. Don't be Jonah. Don't run in the opposite direction. Because listen, what I tell you, I could have said I wasn't going to go to that meeting because I was late. And I knew I had a prior, something prior that I committed to. I could have not gone and just made the call and said, well, I'm gonna just go ahead and change. No, God, where you got me going? What you want me to do? He said, go to the meeting. I'm gonna go to the meeting. I get to the meeting, and a word is spoken over me. God, thank you for thank you for confirmation of the word. Come on. Come on. Thank you for confirmation of the word. Look, Sharonda said, look, whew, come on. Hearing me loud and clear. Come on. Come on. And it's, if it were easy, meaning like the steps we need to take, the action we need to take with it, everybody would do it. Everybody ain't doing it. Come on. Good morning, Lorvel. How are you? Everybody ain't doing it. And so that part. Sharonda said, this morning you are speaking pearls of life. Jesus said Jonah was the study God. Trust God and win. Exactly. Trust God and win. Good morning, Lorvel. I found myself, and see, here's the thing. I found myself doubting myself because I was doubting who I was actually serving and relying on. So I would doubt myself because I didn't have the blueprint. I didn't have the plan. I didn't have the 29:11, the Jeremiah 29:11 plan. I didn't have it. And so I was listening to what different ones would say about what to do in business and what to do with this, and you should take this class and take that, and it was great. And it gave me knowledge, but it didn't give me wisdom. Let's not confuse the two. It gave me knowledge, but it didn't give me wisdom. And it gave me knowledge on things that I probably won't even use. It gave me knowledge, but it didn't give me wisdom. When I go and spend that time with God, it'll give me wisdom. It's okay if you only want knowledge, you go right on ahead. Knowledge is great, but there are a whole bunch of people that got doctorates and they got PhDs and masters, and it is miserable because they got the knowledge, but they don't have the wisdom to go with. There's a lot of people that went far for a little bit and then they lost it all because they had knowledge, but they didn't have wisdom. Come on. We think that all of the wisdom we gain has to be experience of our own. It doesn't. We don't have to just learn from our testimony. Come on. We can learn from the testimony of somebody else. We can learn from somebody else's mess and get that message, okay? And we ain't got to be the one in the mess to get the message from it. Come on. Come on. Come on. Jerry said it. Woo. She said, this morning when I awoke, I heard God speak, meet me in the secret place. And that was it. 100%. And I wish I would have learned earlier on, because I would have saved a lot of money. You can save a lot of money by switching to God instead of switching to Geico. I would have saved a lot of money by switching to God instead of switching to Geico. Listen, I wish I would have learned it earlier on. I'm glad that I learned it when I did. I'm glad that I started listening to his voice and being really adamant about what God was saying to me when I did. Um, I went back. I apologized to people that I hurt in that time of not being clear and not having that focus of God. Come on. Come on. I'm thankful that he granted me the opportunity to keep going where other people did not. Hmm, come on. Trudy said, Lord, give me wisdom. Sharonda said that that's big right there. She said it gave you knowledge but no wisdom. You need to put that in a book. Listen, knowledge but no wisdom. And then people will go and think that the knowledge trumps wisdom. The reality is that you need both. So I need to know exactly what it is what information I'm supposed to be taking in. That's the knowledge. But I also need the wisdom, because you can take in knowledge and again, it ain't gonna mean nothing. There's a reason why when a medical student, and I need y'all to catch this. Come on. A medical student, when they are in school, there's a reason why they have to go into the field and do field study, right? They have to do a practicum. It's because getting just the book knowledge is great, but the book knowledge does not always transfer over into experience. It doesn't always transfer over into real world experiences, real world moments. And so I need the book knowledge, that's great, but I also need that wisdom, because the wisdom is going to show me how to apply what I've learned. I need to know how to apply it. Like I was taking courses for social work at one time, and we had to do a practicum, because although we were getting the knowledge from the books and that was great, I still need to know how to apply it. And let's just be honest, a lot of people are walking around right now and they don't know how to apply what God has given them. Come on. Come on. Jerry said, I am weary with gathering tons of info that I will never use. God, help me to gain what I need. No more excess. Come on. Johanna said, me too, Altavis. A lot of, come on. Come on. A lot of people would have been, come on. A lot more would have been saved. Come on. Listen. That's right, saving a lot of money by switching to God. That's switching to Geico. That right there is a whole word because I I know I wasn't wise. I know I wasn't. I knowed it. I knowed it. That part. Trudy said the world needs to hear that spiritual logo. Listen, save money by switching to God instead of Geico because we just got things. He he will instruct, and this is the thing too, because he will instruct us to do things that are not normal, quote unquote. So me going for a walk is normal. That's what people. That's what the gurus tell you. It's great because it stimulates your mind. It allows you to think. All of that. Going for a walk and then going in the direction of where you hear a bird making noises is not normal. Can we just be honest? Can we just be real? That's not everybody's not going outside going, which way are the birds telling me to walk today? No, 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 that's not happening. And it wasn't like it was a bird. It was like either a crow or it was because we have vultures too. Y'all, listen, it's shenanigans. Okay. Whatever it was loud. It was show enough loud. That's not normal. Looking for butterflies as a sign from God that everything's going to be okay, that's not normal. That's not normal. But neither is putting out a fleece and asking God to make everything wet but the fleece, or make the fleece wet and everything else dry. That's not normal. That's not normal, right? Or telling people when you have a huge army, tell them go on send most of them home. That's not normal. How about leaving a land where your people are to go to a land that you've never been to with your mother-in-law, who is the mother of your husband who passed away, and ain't neither one of y'all got a job? Can we make it a little more practical for you? Come on, Trudy said you ain't normal. Come on, can we make it a little more practical for you? No? Okay, I got you. So how about taking a stick that's in your hand, um, and touching the water and the water parting and you walking through dry ground as the water is still as walls on the either side of you. Then I know. Nope. How about this? How about you being in a cave and the man that is chasing you to kill you is at the opening of the cave and you cut the hem of his of his robe or the hem of whatever he had on, but you don't kill him. You don't even bash him upside the head. You don't even listen. I y'all just love me for who I am. I'm in the sticks, y'all. So I was walking to the store with my youngest daughter, and we were walking, and I grabbed her because that mama bear. I grabbed her arm because there was a deer a few steps ahead. And I was like, yeah. And so the deer turned around and went back into the woods. And she was just like, what in the world? I was like, yeah, because I ain't want to have the two-piece the deer. Like, Like, she said, Mom, it's a deer. Like, you were not supposed to fight a deer. Listen, I, you see a fight with me and the deer, help the deer. You're not gonna be running up on my baby like that. But the problem with it, but the thing is because I think different. So yeah, of course, that was the thing that popped in my head. It's I'm gonna fight the deer. You better not pop up on my baby like that. Don't do that no more. But yeah, no, normal people would have been like, "Oh, let me go and run in the opposite direction." Some of y'all have been running so long. You've been running so long because you've been fearful of what was coming that you may have to fight. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Sharonda said, how about following a voice from above to leave your home and you go? Come on. Jerry said, God has called us to be peculiar, not normal. Come on. I just, I mean, just not normal. Not normal. But in a place of just understanding, like strengthen yourself with by trusting in your God. Everything going haywire, strengthen yourself by trusting in your God. Listen, you looking around going, I don't understand nothing that's going on right now. Strengthen yourself by trusting in your God. That part. Come on. Sharonda said, I'm tired of running. She said, I'm tired now, boss. I'm tired. Tired of running, tired of covering things up, tired of not being able to be transparent about the journey, tired of making people the whole pretty graphics and all of that and great. It's great, but then folks is like miserable and depressed at home and all types of we can't live like that no more, y'all. Like I we can't live like that no more. I've seen way too many people that I've gotten to see clients who were in 30-year domestic violent relationships smile and be happy and restore relationships with their family and all types of stuff. This is why I say I am not like anybody else. And when that journey happens, wherever whoever is like linked up to be on this journey with me, it's different. It's different. I told you Saturday, as soon as we stopped, not maybe 10, 15 minutes later, one of my clients was like, Coach, such and such happened. And I didn't even realize that it triggered me, but it did. And I immediately took what you said and I stopped and I said, okay, God. She went and she talked to God and she said, I said, that's immediate application of what you hear. That's not just showing up and listening to a message just to listen to it. It's immediate application of what you hear. Because that immediate application is the action you need that will build momentum for the next thing. And she was just like, Coach, I thank you. And I'm like, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. That part. Come on. Whew. Trudy said, woo, this is good. Stop running and stop. Hear and trust God. Spend time. Johanna said, amen. Raising my hands to dance in any mess that presents itself. Come on. Just go ahead, dance in it. Live in that moment. It's Here's the thing. Sometimes because we're so fearful of talking about what it is we're going through at the moment, that we can't even hear God when he gives us instruction on how to move forward. Again, stop, talk to God. He'll give you an instruction on what to do next. He'll give you an instruction on where to go next. He'll give you instruction on what the next high five. He'll give you the instruction. And when he gives you the instruction, you act on it. In this last quarter, inactivity is not an option. Y'all know we do the 4 goals in 4 months. I didn't even do it on Facebook. We did it in our private group because people aren't invested in it. And so they may do some things. Most times people won't go and do what it is they need to do to achieve the goals they need to achieve. And I said, no, no, no. We gotta listen, we not wasting time, energy, and money. Y'all know that has been my commitment to any of my clients for years now. And so I'm like, no, we got things to do, y'all. We can't sit here. Guys,